Hey there guys, how's it going? My name is Sumant Chatterjee from the Flow Zone Academy, and I'm a flow state coach, which means that I help you feel better and perform better. In this particular video, I wanted to remind you to be the cause of your life. Because, okay? If you're getting knocked around by life, like if you're playing billiards, right? And you're the pool ball that gets knocked into all the holes instead of the main ball, the cue ball, that is doing the knocking, something is very, very wrong. Okay? You got to shift this around. Are you living in reaction or are you living in action? It's another way to describe it, really. Okay? So, if you're familiar with the Master Key system, Charles F. Haanel has this idea that the things of this life are fluid to a power within man by which he rules them. Okay? So, there's a malleability of form, right? There's a fluidity of form. Form is actually formless. We think it's form based on our consciousness. So it is the power within us that rules our fluidity, that rules our experiences. Okay? So basically what he's saying is things are not what they seem. Okay? It's not seeing is believing, it's believing is seeing at times too. So most people believe that the world is set in stone. Right? It is what it is. But when we get from a meta, meaning beyond viewpoint, and transcend this physical world, we get metaphysical, the way we respond to things and expect things out of life, we can affect the very molecules of our existence. Okay, molecules. And I say molecules because epigenetics tells us that we have control of ourselves based on our beliefs and our thoughts. And I firmly believe this because there's so many instances of positive thinking healing people from very, very severe disorders. Okay? And we can neural map it and try to understand it better, but also we can expect recovery. We can expect miracles. We can expect things to get better. We can expect the best in every situation. And when we push our mind to do that, it sets us in a positive direction, good, orderly direction, God. Right? God is one letter away from good. Devil is one letter away from evil. We understand this. There's a basic goodness and an inherent evil in this world in every situation. What kind of molecules would you like to affect? How about some molecules of health? Or some molecules of money, or peace, or love, or happiness? Now, what Charles F. Haanel says, he says, we have to develop a consciousness for these things. If we want prosperity, we have to develop a prosperity consciousness. We have to see the world in a rich way. We have to expect riches. We have to respond through riches. We have to be money. The mind is the creator. The mind is creative, and the brain is the instrument for it. It's important to notice, are you looking at the world without, which is the external world, or are you looking at the world within, the internal world? What is the world without? Okay, experiences, circumstances, different things that are happening outside of you, world events, things happening outside of you, right? What is the inside saying? What are the beliefs that you can control? What are the thoughts that you can control? What are the emotions that you can control? And what are the actions that you can take? But there's an internal process of the action of non-action as well. That's wu, that is flow state. What I mean by this is don't force it. Be cause, but don't force cause. Be cause, but don't force cause. Do what you want to do. Do things from a space of joy. You see, if I'm cleaning up this place from a space of, oh man, I detest this, I have to clean this up, I have to, right? Even in my language, I'm showing that. I have to, I should be doing, stop shoulding all over yourself and make it a must, and understand that the Force, not the Star Wars Force, that's the good Force. The bad Force, power versus force, right? Trying to push yourself and hustle in the way to make it happen rather than allowing it and moving with the current and doing what you do out of love. So what if you just waited for your home to get a little bit more dirty so you actually feel the joy to clean again, instead of cleaning every single day, just from a space of insecurity or a space of like, oh, this is dirty. This is very, very important that you capture this, okay? So don't force it. When the inner world falls into place, the external one does. We know this. And it's easier to rewrite data. Disciplining your thoughts is the most difficult and the simplest thing that you have to do. Abraham Hicks, channeled through Esther Hicks, says that if you're not feeling a good feeling, something's wrong, which is true. It's like something is off. Why wouldn't we be feeling good? Something needs to be corrected, something needs to be processed, some communication needs to be had, some project needs to be accomplished, something needs to be closing the loop in our thoughts. We can't leave our thoughts on ... We can't leave it on unread. We can leave a text on unread, we can't leave our thoughts on unread. See what I'm saying? But we live around mindlessly. We live in a world where the moment we are in effect to the world, not cause, but we are in effect, we lose our power. And when we lose our power, we feel powerless and not powerful, full of power. We feel less of our power. You are the cause of this life. You are the one taking responsibility. You know the victim blaming game where you're just staying in victim mode all the time? That's not going to get you to get the great things that you want in life. You have to step out of that victim mentality. And that's not easy by any means. But it's a journey, but it's a process, and it is worth it when you take that risk and you move towards the direction of what you do want. And when you channel positive emotion and gratitude and feel joy and move from that space within, the formula is this: spirit is the life. Spiritual beings having a human experience. Spirit is the life. Mind is the builder. It's the creator. It's the organizer. And life, the physical, this physical world, buildings, roads, that's the result. That's the result of the consciousness, of the mind. We couldn't have a road if we didn't plan the road and create a blueprint for it first, right? We couldn't have a building without an architect actually designing it, right? So that's what I'm talking about. It starts in the mind. All is mind, in the Kybalion, as it states. Really start to understand this, and I hope this video resonates with you and makes you wake up to something today. It's a very simple concept, but it's difficult to implement. So I want you to try to push your level of thinking to something different. If you're worried about germs at this time, I know a lot of people are, I need to wash my hands 7 times a day, okay? Instead, what if your new belief was that germs don't exist unless I give them power? What if that was your thought? It doesn't have to be a true belief, it can be an effective belief. That belief is so effective, it is also protecting the people around you to not get sick. Do you realize this? Okay, so what are the new beliefs that you are going to override and choose over your old beliefs? That's the limiting beliefs changing work, and this is stuff that we do in the Flow Zone Academy. So if you are interested, shoot me a message. Having said that, may the flow be with you and stay legendary. I'll see you guys next time. Have a client. Boom.